was it. All right, I'm not gonna bore you with a bunch of stuff for this week. Just a basic pancake method. We're gonna be doing the spider exercises, as you know and you love. Once you get to the C with the third finger, try and do the open. So we've got C, D is open, E, F, G is open, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, then B is open, C. If you could do the leading with your third finger, move to your second finger and stay between the second fret and the fifth fret for third fret, fifth fret, second fret, third fret, fifth fret, second fret, fourth fret, fifth fret, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, and then start that same thing with your first finger on the C, but go 3, 5, 7, 3, 5, 7, 4, 5. There's two different ways to play that. I would suggest doing it first finger, third finger, fourth finger, first, third, fourth, second, third. Basically that would mean your seventh is using your second finger, and then into your third finger there. Do, 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 do. All of those will be done a million times over. The idea was just like the spider exercises where 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Eventually that could be like 1, 4, 2, 3, 1, 4, 2, 3, 1, 4, 2, 3, 1, 4, 2, 3, or 1, 4, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 1. Anything you want. Well, same thing with scales. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4. Stuff like that is going to inevitably lead to hearing those notes in different increments than just like 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3. That's where the fun comes in. As we discussed today, that difference from light to dark has a whole different plethora of things you could choose. So I know that we chose, I think it was C, E, D, F, A, no, F, G, which would be a 1, 3, 2, 4, 5. Awesomeness. You can do that in any key. So if you're doing a 1, 3, 2, if you're in the key of A, you'd have 1, 3, 2. Yeah? So 4, 5. So long story short is you can move those anywhere. What I want you to take away from there is, let's say going back to the C, not playing in the A. In C, we can play in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, Ionian, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, Lydian with the raised fourth, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, Mixolydian with that flat 7. The takeaway from today is anytime you have a dominant, like a C7, D7, E7, F7, G7, A7, B flat 7, B7, you're always going to want to kind of think Mixolydian for your mode to solo in. You can also solo in Ionia, but it tends to see that when you're playing two chords together, like let's say a F to G, G, F, if I was doing like I'm naturally going from the G to the F, but if I were to do like a that whole lick came out of a Mixolydian. So that comes out of the half step, flat third, fifth, so with that G7, G major to F7, you can play with your Mixolydian there. That's a little light. Or over the top of that G, you can do a G pentatonic, G major pentatonic, which will be a little bit lighter than, believe it or not, the Ionian mode, or the Lydian mode, or the Mixolydian mode. So all four of those you can play over majors. What happens when we're playing, going back to our C example, when we have a C major to an E minor to a D major to an F to a G, we could have a Ionian, then we go to a minor, so we have our choice of doing our second, third, or sixth degrees. The sixth degree, let's just keep very simple. Aeolian, flat third, flat sixth, all right? So C to E minor, that E minor would be E, F sharp, G, A, B, C, and D, then E. E, F sharp, G, A, B, C, D, E. In and of that, all we're hearing is do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. That's Aeolian. So if you wanted to use a Dorian E minor, you would have a E, F sharp, G. You'd also have your A, B, and then instead of going to your C, you would be going to your C sharp. So basically that sixth that we're going to is your Dorian mode. That's what you're going to feel. That's where all the bee's knees, the meat and potatoes lie. All right, so that's the Dorian. That's our second. And the way you could figure out what the intervals are without even knowing what that mode is play your C major, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Get rid of your first note and start with your second note. That gives you your whole step, half step, whole step, kind of alternate. But since we started with the D, not the C, we don't have a whole step, half step now. We've got a whole step, half step. So whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step, whole step. We take that whole step from the beginning and we add it on to the end. If you wanted to figure out Phrygian, you would go E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E. And realize we've got a half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step, whole step, whole step. So if you wanted to play in G Phrygian, it would sound like this. And I know that feels weird, but if you think, oh, my E was E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E. So my G with that F sharp will be G, G, A flat, B flat, C, D, E flat, F, G. And when you go through these modes, you start seeing the correlation over and over and over, playing these that will make more sense. And that's basically in a major. So knowing that with a 1, 3, 2, 4, 5, you could have a pentatonic over that C, or a Ionian, or a Lydian, or a Mixolydian. Over that E, you could have a E Dorian, or E Aeolian, E Dorian. Raise 6, I love it. And then you could also have your Phrygian, which is your half step movements. What we're in C, C, C sharp, D, C, D flat, E flat, F, G. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So in our C Phrygian, we would have a where we would think about having basically our A flat there. All right. So going through these, noodle with these, have fun. Completely non sequitur here. I'm going to just show you that minor run in comparison. When we have majors, let's say E major, we've got 4 sharps in the key of E. I know that because C has none. When I go 5 notes away from C, I get a G. It has 1. That key is F sharp. G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. Because if I played an F, it would be a Mixolydian, which is a mode, not an Ionian, which has that T, lending note, falling note, leading tone into the C. So having that construct between our G major there is going to be able to pull 2 different things together. You're going to be able to see your mode in Ionian, and you're going to be able to see your explanation for it while playing. So if I had E major and I knew that there's 4 sharps, I've got an F sharp, G sharp, a D sharp, and a C sharp. Not in that order. F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, D sharp in that order, because that's how they get layered. So I'd have E major, F sharp minor, G sharp minor, A major, B major. Guess what comes after B? C, but it's a C sharp. So C sharp minor. To go into E, I'm going to have a diminished chord as my 7th. The note right before E is going to be a E flat or a D sharp. A D sharp is going to look like that. Also kind of has kind of a leads into it. So what it's going to look like is build your D, or just pull them out like this. E, if you go all the way to your D sharp and just make your triad. You have D sharp, right? Sorry, D sharp. You've got a G, and you've got a C sharp. So that's going to be your 7th tone, right? And then if you add that lower note, that's going to make your diminished. So, working on that, if you were playing a C major, you'd have C major, D minor, E minor, F major, G major, A minor, B diminished, and then C. That's the major root. If you start on the 6th scale degree, let's say you started at A minor from the C, you'd have A minor, B diminished, C major, D minor, E minor, F major, G major, and then back to the A minor. It changes the scale degree because you go 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then resolution of 6. So in a minor key, let's say E minor, we'd have E minor, F sharp diminished, G major. After G major, we would go to A minor, B minor, and then the next step is going to be a major. So C, what are we in C? Or D, C sharp diminished. And then that C sharp diminished is going to lead right back into your next minor chord. So, not C sharp diminished, but your, what comes before E? Yeah, C sharp. C, D, D sharp. C minor. So, C sharp minor, D sharp, diminished, and then your E minor. You could also see those as this note that we showed. So that's your F sharp diminished. Here's your G major, A minor, B minor, C major, and then here's your, you can do your diminished right before, or you can do it right after. So that last tone, I could say is going to be a major, right into the minor, because your 5th in a major would have been a major tone. Major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, diminish. When you start on minor, go to diminish, you have a major, then a minor, major, major, and back to your minor. I hope that wasn't too much over the top and too long of a video. Play up the scales, work on your Mixolydian, look on your Lydian, and work on your Ionian. Sorry about that. So, and then we'll move into minor phrasings and how to work on that. And we're going to pick a tune or two to go through there and just start strumming out some chords. It's good seeing you this week. I'll see you next week.